My name is Brian Jackson. I am a faculty member in the Department of Horticultural Science here at NC State.
I'm John Meyer. I'm a faculty member in the Department of Entomology.
And I'm currently teaching 5 different courses in horticulture.
And I teach a general entomology course.
I've been at NC State for 2 years.
Been here 32 years and never seen anything like the technology that's come here to NC State. This is pretty cool stuff.
We're visual learners, and to be able to take images and to work together to use technology to learn in new and creative ways is something that I think is going to be the next generation of education. And it's just fun. It makes learning sometimes difficult material easier just by virtue of it being fun to play with the application and then to be able to organize things in their own way and not have the learning dictated to them in a very black and white way. I've actually walked through the sandbox in the day, and I've seen students interact in this area, and they're actually excited. And it may not be about the chemical structure or the equation that they're looking at, but it's about how they're studying it that makes it fun. And that interaction you can see when you walk by. It's learning occurring in a very fun way. So it's almost like you're playing with new technology, but learning is secondary to that. But if learning occurs while playing with new technology or being exposed to new and different things, then it's a very cool thing.
I think the surface table is just a lot of fun. You can manipulate things, you can resize the images much more easily, and get a bigger picture. I want the students to be able to learn to recognize different kinds of insects. Entomology is a very visual science. Entomology is a very visual science. Do you want me to repeat what I said before? Entomology is a very visual science, and it's difficult to see many of the characteristics that you have to use to identify insects on an actual specimen under a microscope. The students have to learn to recognize the characters that distinguish the various kinds of insects, different families, different orders of insects. And this is a tool that helps them do that very efficiently. This is a bud block. We made these for the students to bring to the table. They can set it down, and each side has a different set of pictures. Each of the pictures has a name of the insect. The students are supposed to be able to identify at sight different kinds of insects by family or order, and so this helps them recognize the characters that they're supposed to use to recognize the different kinds of insects.
Well, as an instructor in the Department of Horticultural Science, all of our students, I think most students in general, are very visual learners. And one of the neat things that I've been able to do in structuring my courses, which are all lab-based courses, outdoors, I link each week's assignments to the surface table module, and I provide the students with a plant list for each week. And what the surface table has allowed me to do with using this module is that I can take a barcode and put it to the top of each of the handouts that I provide my students. So with the barcode that's on the plant list, students can come in anytime after we've learned these plants in class, put it down on the surface table, and then images appear. Each of the images correspond to the plants on the plant list, and then using images to do that is a way of triggering the visual learners to better learn. And all of the plants that are on the plant list are represented here in these cards. One of the neat things, and what I try to do is to capture high-res images or to adapt high-res images for this application, because then I'm able to take these cards, and this is something I cannot do in lecture. I cannot do this via PowerPoint. I cannot do this by any other method, to take this application and blow something up from what was very, very small to then very, very large.
The library is open 24 hours a day, so students can come over here and study anytime. If they wanted to use the microscope and look at the insects in the lab, there's only a certain number of hours in the week that the lab's available.
So even though insects are pests to the plant world and are not used for anything purposeful in our lives, they are useful in studying.
Oh heck, they're a whole lot more interesting than plants. Plants just sit there and do nothing. Insects have all kinds of behavior.
Plants feed your insects. You shouldn't be complaining. We don't like that.
Not all insects. Some insects are beneficial.
That is true.
You couldn't live without insects.
That's true. Like you could not live without plants.
Well, that's true too.
That's true too. Either way, the surface table is an excellent way that students can study both entomology and plant sciences.
I think the insects should eat the plants.
That was good.
It's not bad.
That was good.
Not bad.
No, they weren't.
Yeah.
I gotta go. It's lunchtime.